They sit in silence. They watch. They don't speak unless necessary. But when they do, everything changes. The most dangerous people, they're not loud. They're not screaming. They're quiet. And that's exactly what makes them so terrifying. Here's why. You've heard the phrase, "It's the quiet ones you should watch out for." It's easy to dismiss it as a cliché, but there's a reason why it keeps surfacing in movies, psychology books, and real-life disasters. History doesn't just remember the loud tyrants, it trembles at the soft-spoken masterminds. But what makes the quiet ones so powerful, so unpredictable, so dangerous? This isn't about glorifying violence or cruelty. It's about understanding the quiet edge, the one that moves in silence, gathers power invisibly, and only acts when it's absolutely necessary. In this video, we'll break down the 7 psychological traits that make quiet people so dangerous, and explore real-life examples, philosophical insights, and behavioral patterns that will shift how you see silence forever. Let's get something straight. Silence is not weakness. Quiet does not mean passive. Stillness is not submission. In fact, it's often the opposite. When someone is quiet, they are doing 3 things simultaneously: observing, studying the environment, reading people, decoding intentions, processing, thinking, analyzing, storing information, reserving power, holding their cards close, never revealing the full hand. This makes them lethal in high-stakes environments, especially when others are busy showing off, speaking out, or reacting emotionally. The loud ones demand attention. The quiet ones earn it. So, what exactly makes them dangerous? Let's get into it. Fire 1. They're hyper-aware. Quiet people notice everything. They catch the twitch in your eyebrow, the delay before your "I'm fine," the inconsistencies in your story. They read body language, tone shifts, even micro-expressions. Because they aren't busy talking, they're listening, scanning, processing. This awareness gives them leverage. They know your moves before you make them. And unlike loud people, they don't reveal what they know until it's useful. Brain 2. They think before acting. While others react impulsively, the quiet person calculates. They're patient. They pause. They assess the risk. And when they act, it's surgical. They don't need to act often, because when they do, it's already too late for anyone to stop them. This is the mindset of chess players, snipers, and master manipulators. Face without mouth 3. They don't reveal weakness. Loud people often overshare. They argue. They brag. They seek validation. But the quiet person, they give you nothing. You don't know what they're thinking, how they're feeling, or what they're planning. This mystery creates fear. Psychologically, the unknown is terrifying. It triggers our survival instincts. Silence in the right hands becomes a psychological weapon. Mantelpiece clock 4. They delay gratification. Dangerous quiet people can wait. They don't need instant payback. They don't chase petty revenge. They're comfortable in the long game. And while you've forgotten your mistake, they've been planning. Weeks, months, even years. You never see it coming, because you thought they moved on. They didn't. They just stored it. Bomb 5. They're masters of emotional control. They don't raise their voices. They don't panic. They don't crumble in chaos. This makes them impossible to read and incredibly resilient in high-pressure situations. They don't show you when they're angry. They don't warn you when they're planning something. They don't need to vent. They'll smile while rearranging the chessboard beneath your feet. Puzzle piece 6. They understand human behavior. Quiet people study people. They know what motivates, scares, controls, or inspires others. This gives them psychological power. It's why many leaders, cult figures, and strategists are calm, quiet, and eerily persuasive. They don't force power. They pull it toward themselves, through understanding, not aggression. Performing arts 7. They can wear masks easily. Quiet doesn't mean honest. Some of the most dangerous individuals in history were incredibly soft-spoken and polite, because silence is a perfect mask. Quiet people can pretend, blend in, disappear into crowds. But when their moment comes, they strike with precision, because no one saw it coming. Let's look at real-life and historical examples that show just how dangerous quiet people can be. Crossed swords, example 1. Miyamoto Musashi, the silent swordmaster. Musashi was a legendary Japanese swordsman who won over 60 duels, many of them to the death. He was known for his silence, his eerie calm before fights, and his lack of flamboyance. He would arrive late. He'd walk slowly, but when the blade moved, it was over. He studied human nature. He waited for openings. He didn't speak trash. He observed. He adapted. He won. His silence wasn't humility, it was deadliness in disguise. Skull and Crossbones, example 2. Ted Bundy, the polite predator. One of the most terrifying serial killers in American history wasn't loud, aggressive, or scary-looking. He was soft-spoken, charismatic. That's what made him so lethal. He used his quietness to lower people's guards. He taught us a dark lesson. Danger doesn't always shout. Sometimes, it smiles. Brain example 3. Stoic philosophers and quiet power. Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, Seneca. They taught the art of inner control. They believed in stillness, emotional mastery, and restraint. He who angers you conquers you. Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. Their silence wasn't weakness. It was a fortress. They weren't dangerous to others, but they were dangerous to empires, because they couldn't be shaken. Snake example 4. The silent executives. In corporate warfare, the most dangerous person in the room is rarely the one doing all the talking. It's the one in the corner. Quiet, focused, taking notes. They let others speak and reveal too much. Then they use that information to crush the competition. Calmly, legally, surgically. Power doesn't need to be loud. Real power never announces itself. Maybe you're a quiet person. Maybe you've been underestimated, ignored, overlooked. This is your edge. Your silence isn't a flaw, it's your weapon. But power is responsibility. Being quietly dangerous doesn't mean being cruel. It means being strategic, controlled, and deeply aware. The world doesn't need more noise. It needs people who move with intent. Speak with clarity. Act with precision. Be that person. Let's close with some subtle signs that you're one of them. You're always observing before engaging. You rarely raise your voice, even when angry. People open up to you, but you never reveal much. You analyze everything: words, tone, body language. You've been underestimated, and you liked it. Sound familiar? Then you're not just quiet. You're calculating, precise, and perhaps a little dangerous. The most dangerous storms don't start with thunder. They begin in silence. A still sky, a calm horizon. Then the air changes. Quiet people are like that. They don't need to show power to hold it. They don't need to warn, they just act. So the next time you meet someone quiet, don't assume passivity. Understand the truth. Still water runs deep, and some of it hides sharks. Want more truths like this? Subscribe my channel Thinstory.